Welcome to the 2012 presidential debate brought to you by Eckerd College. I'm Garth Jowett.
And I'm Victoria Dono.
These candidates will now make their opening statements. President Obama, you are first.
As President of the United States of America, I will continue to bring hope and change to this great land. I resurrected the American auto industry, returned jobs to millions of Americans, fought for the right to affordable health care for all Americans, improved diplomatic relations between us and the rest of the world, and brought our troops home. Plus, I killed Osama bin Laden. You're welcome.
As President of the United States, I will fight to reclaim the freedoms Obama has been taking away from the American people since he has claimed office. I will dismantle his socialist, unconstitutional healthcare system. I will eliminate the capital gains tax, restart the American economy, and bring jobs to millions of unemployed Americans. I will not decapitate our military by cutting military spending. As a natural-born American, I have an invested interest in bringing greatness back to America.
If elected, I will fight for women's equality in all areas of their lives and end the war on women that has been waged by the Republicans. For example, Republicans like Mitt Romney are currently trying to make it legal to murder abortion doctors. In addition to that, Republicans also just voted to cut crucial funding for women in exchange for passing a bill to keep student loan rates from rising.
I'd like to address these comments. First, only one man, a legislator from Georgia, proposed the outlandish bill. It is far from being a Republican value or goal. Second, yes, some preventative care funding cuts were proposed in order to stop student loan rates from rising. However, only 0.2% of that funding would have been specifically for women's health. You could hardly call that a war on women, Mr. Obama.
Looks like Obama is going to try to use the war on women as a wedge issue in his campaign.
That sounds like a perfect example for disinformation and propaganda.
You accuse Republicans of waging a war against women, but Democrats are engaging in class warfare. Your reforms will move America closer to a socialist society where hard work and success are punished with heavier taxes. When wealthy investors and businesses are heavily taxed, we lose jobs, which is why President Obama's tax plan will simply not work. Americans cannot afford to lose any more jobs on his watch. My tax plan will set up a solid foundation to help bring America into a stronger, wealthier, more stable future. The Democrats' plan is to tax you today and spend it tomorrow.
This is turning into counter-propaganda. Let's move on to the next topic.
Governor Romney, what are your plans concerning the health care system?
Barack Obama is attempting to take away our freedom through implementing his mandated health care program, Obamacare. As Americans, we have the right to make our own choices concerning private life issues concerning our bodies. Not only invading our private lives, President Obama is attempting to take away religious freedoms by mandating religious care, giving institutions provide abortion pills and birth control. If we allow President Obama to go through with this, we are handing our freedom into the government. And then where does it end? If we allow government into our lives to this extent, there's no telling how far they will stretch it. Would you like the government to tell you what kind of food to buy, what kind of car to drive? These are the threats we are facing.
My health care reform will provide health care services for millions of Americans in need. As you can see by my campaign video, this is something very dear to my heart. When my mother became ill, she was burdened by the evils of their insurance companies. I will also make sure that young Americans get on their feet quicker by making sure they are insured longer under their parents' health insurance plans.
Romney is famous of American freedom. He is also appealing to all audiences, the elderly and the young Americans in his health care reform.
President Obama, what are you doing to combat negative campaigning that seems to have plagued the 2012 presidential election campaign?
My critically acclaimed campaign video, featuring the incredible voice talents of Tom Hanks, takes the high road by showing the road I have traveled and the accomplishments that I have achieved in my presidency thus far, rather than undermining my opponent.
Here, Obama looks like he's tapping into pop culture commercialization in order to anchor his values to a younger audience that is disenfranchised with the mudslinging politics of campaigning.
Governor Romney, how would you address the accusations that you've been receiving about your inconsistencies in your political views regarding family values?
I have never wavered on the important values of the American society. I believe in the sanctity of human life, and I'll admit I made a mistake in prior years regarding my stance on abortion. I am now fully committed to supporting the conservative family values, especially for the right of every child to live. I will defend the sanctity of human life.
I believe the sanctity of the American family, too. I believe in a woman's right to choose, and that tax breaks for the middle class help for family cohesion.
The two candidates are both trying anchors to deep-rooted traditional family values in order to create resonance.
Well, that's the end of the 2012 presidential debate. The end.